Hello Knights, it's Tuesday, and I've been crazy busy lately, and so far I don't really have anything to show for it, so I've decided to go ahead and list my top 5 movies. Now keep in mind this list is always changing. Whenever I really like a movie, I don't really want to say that any other movie is better, so rather than having an actual list, I have more like tiers. These movies are on the first level, these are on the second, and so forth. And so with that, my top 3 movies are The Fisher King, starring Jeff Bridges, Robin Williams, and Amanda Plummer, and directed by Terry Gilliam. That's a very good movie. Robin Williams is a funny guy, but I never would have thought that he'd be in one of my favorite movies. And the second of my top 3, in no particular order, is Brazil, starring Jonathan Pryce and Robert De Niro with Michael Palin. It's also directed by Terry Gilliam. It takes place in a dystopian world, but it's kind of set around the 1940s. It's a very fun movie to watch. I love it. Some of you may have seen it, I'm not sure, but I recommend that one as well. And the other of my top 3 is The Man Who Would Be King, starring Sean Connery, Michael Caine, and Christopher Plummer. Of course, I have to have a Sean Connery in my top 3. That's a very fun one. Kind of a desert war movie, which I really did not think I would like, but in this one I like it. And then from the second tier of movies, I just picked out 2 to round off my top 5, but really there are so many movies at that level that I could say. But the first one I'll say is Misery by Stephen King, starring James Caan and Kathy Bates. This is a movie that I really think is better than the book. Stephen King, sometimes his books are much better than the movies, and sometimes the movies are much better than the books. I know some people don't like the movie of Misery, but I love it. It's probably my favorite horror, I'll go ahead and say that. My favorite horror thriller movie. Now, as writers, this story may hit a bit too close for some of us. It's about an author who gets into a bad car accident during a blizzard, and a woman who was following him saves his life and takes him back to her house where she's nursing him back to health. But she was following him because she's his #1 fan, and of course she has no intention of ever letting him leave. This is the movie where I have been the most concerned for a character. Now, I could spend a whole video talking about any one of these movies, but I'll try to keep this moving. The one I'm adding to round off my top 5 is K-Pax, starring Kevin Spacey and Jeff Bridges. So that's 2 Jeff Bridges in my top 5. K-Pax is one of those movies where, when I'm watching it, I always want to say that it's my favorite of all. There are a lot more movies I could add to this top 5. The first that come to mind are The Departed, Gattaca, and V for Vendetta. Like I said, I could ramble on about any one of these movies, but I'm going to go ahead and end this here. And I've been working on some things that I will hopefully have something to show for soon, so keep an eye out for that, and thank you for watching.